Hello there, world of tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be playing in the Tier 9 Polish Collector Heavy Tank, the Regressor. Now, this is not technically a Polish vehicle, as it's listed under the Blitz Nation class of vehicles. But let's be real, this is a 50TP that is literally just reskinned and sold as a different tank. It's a way for Wargaming to make money off of something that is already in the game that they've slightly tweaked the statistics of. In today's video, I'll be letting you know if this vehicle is worth your time to actually grind. Now, you are going to have to spend money to get your hands on this vehicle, at least right now. Maybe down the line, Wargaming's going to release some events where you can get all three of these vehicles for free, which would be great. But as of right now, I'm not 100% sure of that. To get all of these vehicles guaranteed, it'll cost you $100, which is a heck of a lot cheaper than it originally was. Wargaming actually made it a lot cheaper. So good for Wargaming, not making it $400, but making it only $100. Is this tank worth $100 paired with the Tier 8 and 7? Well, I can't say it's worth $100 because it's just a knockoff of a tech tree vehicle, but it's not the worst thing ever. Let's first of all start off with the stats and then make our way into some actual gameplay. So when it comes to the gun, you can see this tree is ridiculous. It goes up and down. It's like we're playing a game of Snake here. Now, here's a couple cool things about the tank. First of all, it features combat stabilization, which is the same mechanic that we have for the VZ55. So this vehicle, when going anywhere slower than 15 in top speed or reversing, is going to be incredibly accurate. Not only that, but this vehicle features ridiculously high pen, 336 on the APCR. That is a whopping 33 more pen than you're going to get on the base 50 TP. However, I should add that I am probably running calibrated shells on my tech tree one as well, so it's probably more like a 20 pen difference, but still, that is crazy good pen for Tier 9. The vehicle's got decent alpha at 450, 390 on the premium, 560 on the HE, so a decent gun overall. Not the normal 600 you'd get though, so pretty mediocre for the high explosive, actually. 8 degrees of gun depression, and mobility-wise, the tank has a top speed of 45 with a reverse of 20. So it's a super mobile tank. That's really the strength. It's got a great amount of mobility paired with a very solid gun when it comes to penetration and, more specifically, accuracy. You should definitely be running refined gun on a vehicle that features combat stabilization, because of the fact that when you're going below 15, it allows your tank to have basically 0 on movement dispersion, which is very cool. When you're going above 15, yeah, your gun's gonna disperse 4 times the normal it would have, which kind of sucks. So the mechanic comes with some downsides, but some upsides. I wouldn't say it's the best thing in the world, but for the less accurate your tank gets, the more this mechanic actually helps you, but also hurts you, because the less accurate your vehicle is, if you're going below 15, it makes it more accurate, a lot more accurate. But if you're driving the tank over 15, it makes your tank a heck of a lot worse when it comes to on-movement dispersion. So it's really what you like better. If you like hitting your shots on the move, then you should never ever grind down a line that has combat stabilization. If you don't like hitting your shots on the move, but you like sitting a little bit more still, you like taking your time with your shells, then this mechanic is the type for you. Here we are in our first battle. Up against us we have quite a few Tier 8s and also 2 Tier 9s. Not a bad game at all, but that makes sense because the first 10 battles or so you play in a vehicle, you usually get a grace period, so I guess we'll find out. The real thing I want to see on this tank is the mobility, because as I've said, the mobility is something that seems very nice, at least on paper, especially the traverse speed. It seems more like a medium than really a heavy. Featuring that top speed of 45 is going to allow this vehicle to be pretty decent. Unless my IS-5 just drives into me, then it's not really going to matter all too much. But let's keep on heading into the front line here. I have to say, I'm not a huge fan of the looks of this vehicle. It's kind of ugly. I mean, it's not the worst looking tank, but I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the back. I think it's kind of weird, and judging that you're going to be looking at the back of the tank while you're driving it, yeah, it's not the prettiest vehicle ever. Look at this traverse speed, though. I mean, that traverse speed is absolutely insane. What's not going to be insane is a M5-Yo that's going to clip me for all of my health because of the fact I'm a little over-aggressed here. We did get a nice shell into the Yo, but he's going to pen me anyway. I just don't know why. Ooh, he got a bounce. I'm not sure why he's so far up here. Very interesting to see somebody playing that aggressive in the tank. Alright, well, let's see if we can get another shell into the Centurion. There you go. Something that's also very nice about the tank is the reverse speed of 20. I have to say that's super, super nice. It's going to allow the tank to be quite flexible in the majority of situations. Alright, well, we got the Yo off to the side, who I'm going to get a nice slap into for 463. And let's reload here again. Couple more seconds left. My T95 is going to get in my way a little bit, but that's fine, because we're going to turn for the VK168, or just the VK100, actually. Okay, T95, what are you doing? Make your pick, dude. Go that way or this way? I mean, it doesn't really hurt me too much, but either way, we got a nice bounce there. Not anything crazy for armor, though. You can very easily see this tank's armor is not the strength. I mean, it's not going to bounce much. We got the enemy VK100 coming over here, and, well, we did get a bounce, so I'll take it. We're going to finish off the Centurion first, but oh boy, this is not looking too good for me right now. I'm hoping my T95 helps me out. I'm just going to side scrape here. The IS-3 does miss the shot, which is obviously good. And now we're going to poke this guy. Get a nice shot in ourselves. Look at that, 563 roll. Alright, not too bad so far. We're getting some big shots out. We're getting our damage dealt. And at this point, we got 4 more seconds left before we can get a shell into the enemy Yo, which we're going to do like that. Nice 503 roll. So, first impressions on this vehicle. The mobility's nice. The mobility's really, really nice. Not only that, but the gun itself feels pretty dang solid. The fact that it's got all these things going for it, not bad. Not bad at all. So, yeah, pretty solid game. We got a victory out. Let's take a look. Did we pull out a mastery? I'm not too sure. We might have, because I can't imagine all too many people have bought this tank yet. And, no, first class. But I can't imagine it's all too hard to ace this vehicle. Something a lot of you might want to know is how much you can sell this tank for, and it's 1,500 gold. So if you end up getting this tank for free, and let's say you can't get the vehicle before the event ends, you can still get 1,500 gold out of the tank if you don't fully equip the vehicle, which is actually pretty decent. So not too bad. But let's see if we can get one more battle here. Alright, another tier 8 game, as I said before, very, very expected to get into a battle like this. Now, the main difference between this vehicle and the 50 TP is the much, much worse turret armor. The armor on this tank's turret is probably around 220 on the cheeks, which is not nearly as strong, and sure, it'll still get some bounces on the turret, but when you're fighting tier 10s, it's not going to be nearly as effective as it was on the 50 TP's turret, for example. So you will have to be a little careful, but at the same time, the hatches are actually, it appears to be a little smaller on this tank compared to what the normal 50 TP has. So it's got some hit or miss spots here or there. I really want to just mess with this combat stabilization mechanic and see how it ends up working out. We got the enemy T-54 lightweight, and wow, their team has a bunch of campers. Looks like a 420 bounce from what I would presume to be the enemy ST1, and something else. We also got the T-30 playing quite aggressive over here. We got our T-30 as well. Let's drive right here. Bonk. There you go. Nice shell, but we were cut right through as well. But you know what? We got a big old bonk out, so really can't complain. We got hit for 300, which not exactly sure what would have actually done that, but that's fine. We're going to reload. We're going to chill here. I do have to say that combat stabilization is very, very nice, but you can see how even when reversing the tank, the gun does disperse quite a bit that you normally probably wouldn't have to deal with, but look at that. Another easy shell right into the T-30. Unfortunately, the tank did clear my teammate, but nothing we can't deal with. We're doing okay as it is. Let's see. Let's reload. There you go. We finally got our shell ready to rumble. And at this point, we got the enemy T-30 off to the side. We got the Chieftain all the way in front. I'm going to poke this and just try and clear the T-30. It might bleed some health, which we did, but I still think it was worth it. That is by far one of the deadliest tier 9s in the game, especially due to its mechanics now. So if I can get rid of a tank like that, it's going to be great. Wow, okay. Well, we got absolutely screwed there. Not only that, but the enemy team's just scattered everywhere. We are down to 580 health at this point, which is not too good, if I'll be real. We got the 54 lightweight off to the side, who we're going to aim in on, and that was luck, I'll be honest. That has nothing to do with this gun. We watched the gun miss the flat side of a Chieftain just a moment ago, so clearly the gun on this tank is not its strength, but we were able to get a pretty nice slap out there. Now we got the side of the Chieftain. Let my combat stabilization aim in, and there you go. Not too bad. Alright, well, we're doing okay at this point. We are down on base cap, but not really. We're just down because of the fact they have a base captured, but we are absolutely poobing on their team, which is allowing us to do pretty well so far. Alright, well, I'm going to capture the base in front of us. Oh, wow, their whole team's just camping. Well, that's interesting. So we know where the Emil is at this point. We're going to go for a shell into the ST-1. There you go. Nice shot. Once again, I do like the gun. Being able to deal 450 damage per shot, also pairing that with the mechanic on the tank feels very nice. And the mobility is just an added little tidbit that also feels very good. We can see here that pretty good standard pen, able to cut right through that Yag Tiger's hull. Once again, that great combat stabilization aiming, allowing me to cut through his tank as well. A couple more seconds here. Let's aim in. All right, let's just fire a premium shell to confirm that pen. Yeah, I gotta say, the gun is nice. I didn't expect to like this tank as much as I am, but it's honestly pretty enjoyable. And the fact that you can actually grind these kit coins, I would say that for free, you can probably get this tank, which means that if you were to drop maybe 10 or 15 bucks, you can probably get your hands on this vehicle fully equipped, which is actually pretty dang nice, to be real. We got the Emil off to the side, who we're going to back up from, so he bounces us once, and look at that. Again, the aiming time just instantly being able to zoom in there, get an easy shot onto that Emil 1951. At this point, we got a couple more seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's see if we can get another shell into the Emil, maybe. We also got the WZ off to the side. That turret traverse is just so dang nice. The gun, once again, very easy shell into that enemy WZ. With that, we've brought him down to a one-shot for the majority of our team. At this point, I'm going to ignore the WZ, and, yeah, you know what, we're not going to ignore him. We're going to try and finish him off. Unfortunate. You can see where that combat stabilization is great, but where it hurts the tank as well. In that situation there, where we needed to be aimed in to shoot that WZ, with the normal base 50 TP, probably would have been able to hit that, due to the fact its on movement is much better. But I can't complain. We did fine. We did over 4,000 damage, again, 4,154, blocked 2,020, and, yeah, not a bad game at all. I gotta be real, I like this tank. As of right now, I wouldn't suggest to spend any money on this event until you're close towards the end. If you're a whale like me, then sure, go ahead. I spent $100, got my hands on the vehicle, and I'm not regretting my decisions because I got 3 tanks, but at the same time, if you grind this event for free, you can also get at least 2 of the tanks. You can get the Tier 8, the Fixer, and as well you can get the Tier 7, the Magnate, for free. And you can get them fully equipped. It's just the Regressor that you're probably not going to be able to get for free unless you're literally grinding every second of your life. So because of that, if you make it to the Regressor, or maybe you're even only halfway there, and you have to drop maybe, I don't know, 50 bucks to get the final tank, not the worst deal ever, especially because you do get gold with it. I think it's a fun tank. I think it's not special enough from the 50 TP to make it an absolute steal, but at the same time, it's a fun tank that I'll be driving around a little bit to mess around with, especially due to its special mechanics. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.